Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to Making It with Mac. Today we're talking about beekeeping and more particularly feeding bees. I do keep bees and I really enjoy it. Currently I'm working on becoming a certified beekeeper, not a master beekeeper, but just certified as a beekeeper. This will be my third year going into it, and some of the stuff I've worked on is feeding the bees and feeding them without disturbing them. So I came up with a feeder system. This feeder system came to me based off of a feeder system that Dave Burns, who is a master beekeeper, who I actually learned a lot of stuff from, kind of based off of his system. But I made some modifications. So this is your outer cover. Like most outer covers, you'll see here, it goes right on top. You'll see we have full frames. Your bees will be moving for demonstration purposes. There's no bees in here. These are all just old frames. But what I did firstly is made this just slightly bigger and slightly deeper to give it a little more protection, allow you to move it around however you need, back and forth, side to side, which also does make it easier to take it off when you decide to. Now the unique thing about this feeder here is, I like to call it a peekaboo feeder. I haven't thought of a better name. But you see here on top we have this little tower. This little tower actually comes right off, you'll see. And we have different things, and it's kind of a modular feeder system that I'm working on. So you'll see that this comes off. And first thing you'll notice is that there's a screen here. And this allows you to feed your bees. This is actually a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch screen hardware cloth that I'm using to make a very rough makeshift screen. Doesn't have to be anything super impressive, just something that's going to be able to go down in there. I might staple it if I want to use this. I might just leave it like that. And this allows me to feed my bees and keep it lifted off of the frames. I personally like to feed right onto my frames during the winter time, at least. That way the bees do not have to go very far to get to the nutrients. So I don't really I'm not going to be using this. I'll just set it off to the side. And so what this allows me to do is I can come up and just take my cover off. Instead of having to remove the whole thing, I can take this off, look in here, add whatever feed I need into in here, make sure everything's looking good, and close that back up. Now some of the features I've included on this particular idea is, you'll see here I have a lip that is raised. I do still need to seal it up with some silicone, but this will keep water from getting underneath this during hard rains, winds, things like that. I'm not making this to try and profit off of anything. I'm making this for the beekeeping community. I want this to be something that people can take and run with, make it your own, change things up. You can make this higher, you can make holes in it where bees can actually come out, ventilation stuff. You'll see here I actually have some foam here to help insulate it, keep your heat underneath this better. And with this I actually made it wide enough to where when it rains I need to undercut this a little, that way the lip just goes straight down. But this is larger, that way it's not dripping straight down. There'll be other systems that I'm working on that I would like to introduce to you, but this is the first one, and I thought I would like to just show it to you guys and give you an idea of maybe how to make your own. You can use a pre-existing cover that you have. You cut a hole. If you do cut a hole in it, save the lid. You can use that. As you'll see here, I could put this lid right here on top, and this will help with humidity, and then place my lid over that. If I really want to, I can use nothing, place it all the way down for storage purposes, and go that route. So just make sure you have a way of getting it out without having to take the top off. I need to cut this down. It's a little high, but I just glued a piece of wood on there. If I do have this on, you'll notice there's holes here, or cutouts, and that was the drill marks for cutting this piece out. But what it also does is it acts as ventilation if you decide to plug this off and use it, for nothing. So you can still get some ventilation. If you don't have this here, or if you make it taller, you can put holes for ventilation. There's multiple things you could do with this. Again, I would like for people to make it their own. I'm not trying to patent anything. I'm not trying to monetize it. I might build some to sell. I don't know. But I just feel that this is a cool thing that we could use in the community. By all means, there's plenty of feeders. This isn't the only way. There's no right and wrong. Some people don't even feed their bees. But if you do feed your bees and you don't like having to take the whole cover off and you think this might be good for you, give it a shot and build one, or leave comments. I might try and do some drawings or something. I don't know. But leave comments and maybe I'll do a build video or something on how to make your own. And all this is from scratch. This is from, I believe, 3/4 inch plywood. Again, here's a little makeshift screen. Just fits right in there. With the extra thickness, it does add a little more heft to it. I like that personally, to help add a little more weight to the top of my colony for those bad weather conditions. Same thing with this. It's fairly heavy. That way it doesn't just blow right away. You still might want to put a brick on there or something like that, or maybe another piece of foam board or corrugated metal, whatever. You could even cut out a foam board to fit right over this. Cut the section out, foam board, this same foam board, and then this goes here, and so now the whole top's insulated. Make it your own. Let's take care of the bees. Let's try and make sure we keep them going. Alright folks, thanks for joining me. Share, subscribe, like. If not, oh well.